All right, I got my Pearl Jam wristband on and my new beaver shirt, and that can only mean one thing. We are doing In Hiding, my very favorite, always has been, always will be, Pearl Jam song. For Chris S., Ross Falder, CBY4, Nelson W., Dave Allum, Robert Flanagan, and Madam Herpetologist. It's a lizard person. So, Pat Prime, thank you for forcing my hand, Pat, and supporting the cause. Here we go. All right, of course, I made a video on this a long time ago, but that was kind of my way I used to sort of kind of do it, and to be honest, I didn't know the real way until 10 minutes ago, so this is the for real In Hiding. Here we go. Take an F shape, don't bother barring your baby E string there, and move it up to 5, 6, 7. That makes it an A, and you're going to strum from the A string down. Since it's an A chord, the A string is fair game. And then put your pinky finger on G string 7th fret, making it an A suspended 4, and then switch to pinky on B8 and ring finger on G7. And now you can kind of, if you mute your A string with your thumb, that's good because this is a D chord we're working with now, so if D is the lowest note, awesome. If you can't do that and you hit the A string sloppily sometimes, that's okay because there's an A note in a D chord anyway. So that B string is going to go 8, 5, 7. So, for whatever reason, the third time on the record, he spends an extra strum, Stone does, on that B string 8th fret, so it's going to be... And then the last time, it starts the same. Just lazily does that B8, B7 with the G string still, of course, on the 7th fret. Which brings us to the verse. You left off where you left off, and you're going to start with a D chord this way. E5, that's our A note we were talking about. B7, G7, and strum from the D string. And then you're going to switch to just that G and B string. With the open D, of course, you're going to mute the baby E string now, and the B string is going to go 7, 8, 10, and then switch to B8, E8, and strum from the D string again. This is now a G chord we're messing around with, but the D works, it's okay, because there's a D note in a G chord. Anyways, the baby E string now, we've got 8, 8, is going to go 8, 7, 7, 8, and then back to your little curious D chord, 5, 7, 7, open. So that was one of 3. Here we go. The second time, I think he abandons this for the first strum and just goes here. Just goes here. And then do the same thing on the B string, 7, 8, 10. And now we're going to go, use ring and pinky, because the E string is going to go 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, and then we pluck that B string 8th fret, which is the beginning of, which is B8, 7, 5, 7, 8, E5, G5. So that one's going to be... Third one starts the same, but we're gonna go, it's like the first one, a little different. So E string is 8, B string is 8, and E string goes 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. So an extra 7 tossed on the end there. Here, I'll do the whole thing for you. For the noodly doodly part, play our D chord, and then you're gonna play on the B string. I like to just use my pinky finger and slide up and down. 7, 8, 7, 5, G7, B5, 7, G5. So, and then I think Mike goes doo-doo-doo before Stone goes on the B string. 8, 7, G5, 4. So, and then off of this, I use my middle finger for a reason, and he uses it for the same reason in the live videos I watched, is that we're going to make a little D minor shape here. So middle finger on G4, ring finger on B5, and pointer finger on E3. That is an E minor chord, because that's D minor, right? D sharp minor, E minor, and you just pluck down it. And then play a regular old D. So, and now for the crazy jazzy climb up thing that I'm very proud to say we've conquered. Ready? Here we go. Start with your D chord. Everything starts with that D chord so far. And then we're going to make it a D7 by changing the G string from 7 to 5. And you're going to have to abandon your baby E string there. That's okay. If you've got the D string ringing out, great. If the A string rings out sloppily sometimes, great. Awesome. Okay, so D, D7, and then B string goes 8, 7 before sliding up to 7, 10, and then 10, 12, but the B string is going to go 12, 10, 13, 15. If you can't reach that, and if you can't reach it without sloppily bending that G string, throwing your whole guitar out of tune, then make it 15, 14. It's kind of more definitively a really convincing high D chord for the transition into A. Anyways, do that if you like. But here we go. Pre-chorus, A, regular old, where it always goes A. So, and then we're going to bounce back and forth between the E string 3rd fret and the G string 2nd fret before going to E2, and then we hear the open D string, but I personally would put a finger on G2 just in case you play that G string, so it's, you know, not the wrong thing if you do play the G string. Anyways. Down to F. With that E string coming off to open. And the last time lands on E. Amazing, because E is A's 5th. We haven't played an E chord that was major. We played a minor, right? But E major is A's 5th, and the 5th's roll in the key is always to the very most want to go back to the root chord, which is A. But of course, the chorus is going back into the intro, so we already know how to do that. If you wanted to definitely hit that D note without sloppily, you know, hacking at the open D string, you could go up on that A string 5th fret. I don't know. That's a little too Tom Morello for me for this song, but you might enjoy that. Yeah. The solo is probably one of the easier Mike Pearl Jam solos. Tell me if you agree. Start on the B string 10th fret. 10, 8, 7, 8. 7, 8, 10. 10, 8, 7, 8. G7. So first half. Second half starts the same. But now we go 7, 8, 10, 8, followed by, on the G string, 7, 9, B7, 8, 7. Second half. Ooh, ooh. In the last verse, the first time, it sounds like Stone starts it with just that B string pulls off from 8 to 7 before you go on to your... So... and so on. I know it's the open D string and that A with the G and the G string second fret thing going down, but just look at this. With the G string second fret each time, I know it's not the way it is on the record, but if you do it, it's really cool because you have this A note over each of the chords, A, G, D, F sharp in the bass, and F. It's the middle finger on your F chord, so just listen to it this way. Same note, different relative position in each chord. Neat. I love the part in the last chord. We've done all the pieces. This is just a special little thing. I love the part in the last chorus when Mike goes... Listen for it. I don't think I heard it for the first 10 years I was listening to this song. But it's in there, and it changes a little bit, but it's something like B10, G9, 7, 6, 7, 9, land on D7. I'm in high. And then the second one's a little different, really buried in the mix, hard to really tell. But do something like B10, G9, 7, 9, B7, G7, G6. It's a good one. Yeah. Awesome. In hiding. Now we've done it. Of course, I'm a little sad. Thank you again for forcing my hand, Madam Herpetologist, and thank you all for being here. I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.